All right, everybody. It says we're live, so it's August the 11th, 2024 at 7 p.m. So welcome back, everybody. We apologize for missing last weekend. Far out of our control with the hurricane rolling through the neighborhood here, but all is well. We're nice and safe. Hopefully, all of you are as well, because I know it went through some of the areas that a lot of y'all are in. So house is good, animals are good, we're good. It's been a lot of cleaning up, picking up. The property's kind of a wreck. We'll deal with that and take care of it as time goes.
Out there. Must have found something.
I don't know if y'all can see Ruger out there chasing something underneath the tree. I don't know if you found him a squirrel or what.
What you got, Ruger?
You got a squirrel? Anyways, we're already interrupted. So can y'all see us in here? So let's play that game right there. So, yep, we're outside, y'all, although we're going to go ahead and let you know because I know we're about to be asked, what are y'all cooking tonight? Well, we're technically not cooking, but we are cooking.
Andrew's cooking.
Yeah. So I've got a brisket. I'm checking my meat thermometer probe right here. It's been on for 1.5 hours. Huge brisket. Just hit 199 degrees. I'm going to go over there and kill the smoker at 200. So obviously, with us being on Carnivore, well, let's just say that live stream cooking's a little boring right now. Eventually, we're going to start introducing other types of food back into our diet once we get to our target weight, get the results that we want. But live stream cooking is going to be quite boring. So tonight, we're not cooking, but we are cooking. I'm just got something going in the smoker over there. So not a whole lot of fun stuff tonight.
Smells good though.
It does smell good. So at least we figured we'd sit outside and hang out, chit chat with y'all. So let's go ahead and start grabbing some questions and see what all we got going on. Yeah, I see a lot of y'all still talking about the hurricane aftermath, piles of flooding. My goodness, and all the flooding going on. So I see we got a carnivore question right off the rip. How do you incorporate alcohol if you do on carnivore diet? You don't, sadly. I mean, it's up to you if you're going to cheat and do that or not, but the whole point of the carnivore is to completely clean yourself out, clean your body out. And then what my plans are is to slowly introduce stuff back. Once your body's fully adjusted from not having any junk in it, any processed foods, any sugars, cut alcohol out if you can. I understand some people want it, totally get that. And as you slowly introduce things back, you may be shocked to find that certain types of vegetables or fruits or other things like that actually disturbs your body, causes some skin rashes that you had or some inflammation or some other stuff like that.
Boy, I'm sure ready to introduce pizza back.
We
cannot stop talking about
that's
pizza.
not quite the food.
So bad.
I know that's not quite the food that we should be introducing back. But what we're ultimately going to do, I want to lose 10 more pounds to get my target weight. But ultimately, what I wanted is inflammation is leaving my body. That's great. I've dealt with inflammation my entire life, swollen gums, bleeding gums, things like that, almost completely gone. Skin rashes, 10 times better, blood pressures dropping, like all the stuff that we wanted to see. And then once we had reached a target weight, I've just got a goal of mine where I've always felt healthy 10 more pounds from now. Like I said, we'll slowly put some stuff back, and we'll have our occasional cheat days with, say, some homemade pizza. Yeah, or we'll sneak a vegetable in or a fruit or something like that. And then what the ultimate goal of this diet was for us was to completely wean ourselves off of processed foods, sugars, all the junk that doesn't need to be in our life, all the chemical-filled stuff, just processed foods in general. Once your body gets used to running like it is now with us, like that stuff's gone, we're okay. My plan's always been to go back to mostly meat, some vegetables, some fruits, but I just want to have pure, good, healthy stuff. Preferably stuff that I produce, especially on the vegetable side of things, because I know it's not sprayed and covered with chemicals and everything else. What I want to avoid never going back to is processed foods and avoid as much sugar as absolutely possible now that we got our body used to not being on that mess. So, yeah, it was a long way of going around saying, if you're going to drink, try to limit it, but you really shouldn't because everybody knows the stuff's bad for you. And I'll admit, we do occasionally have us some drinks as well. And that's one thing that we promised ourselves going on this diet, that kind of stuff. We cut out a dramatic amount of that. Just said, hey, it's just not going to happen. If you're already going to go through all this trouble of doing the diet, you've got to cut back consumption greatly. So that's another wonderful positive thing for us as well. Makes you feel better, healthier. Plus it cuts carbs and other stuff out that you're not supposed to be having on this diet anyways. But right now, I think officially, something in my mouth, I can't say it was all carnivore because we started kind of a keto diet before this.
Yeah, we did.
Making better decisions, but I'm down at right now 31 pounds from the highest weight that I was months back. And a good chunk of that was lost here recently. So dropping 31 pounds alone is already an amazing thing, something I absolutely needed to do. But I want to get down another 10 pounds. I have been changing out belts like crazy. Thankfully, a viewer sent me a fully adjustable belt because I've been adjusting out notches all the time. All right, let's go through and catch some questions. Looks like Florida scared Ernesto into going north. I just caught the update on that. Thank goodness, because yeah, we had another tropical system that looked like it was heading toward Florida. Now they're showing it's just going to be a fish storm or potentially head toward Bermuda. Hopefully they don't get it because it sounded like it might be quite a strong storm. One other thing I did want to catch, I know Miss Lee's not on with us tonight, y'all, but Miss Lee, her and her husband are going through a scary time right now. You know, they battled cancer a while back, and then it appeared to go in remission. They thought things were positive, and as she just told everybody, they kind of got to go get some boxes and get some things that aren't looking so good checked out tomorrow. Man, after such a long road. So we hope and pray, Miss Lee, that you and your husband get positive results. You know, that may take a little time to get back, and that it's nothing, because sometimes it's nothing. So y'all keep Miss Lee in your thoughts and prayers there. So Trippin says, Department of Transportation is working I-10 yesterday, clearing trees and debris. See, you just went on I-10 the other day to see your brother and their new baby. How bad was I-10?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't anything like Ida, but
Adelia,
sorry.
Yeah, I know we got Ida to hit. We had Adelia.
I can't think straight of all the names of the hurricanes now. But it wasn't that bad. There was an area that has been hit by previous storms that was a little heavy. But other than that, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I don't think so as well. Although our property looks like we lost more trees, but that's just because we had winds for far longer than the last higher powered hurricane was. Okay, everybody's saying Cash is in the house. He finally makes one, huh?
And he must have got off of work.
Yeah, and Halfbite says, I guess YouTube doesn't think I need to see the beginning of the live stream. I don't know what that means other than maybe you didn't get notified. That does happen. That could be what it is. Okay, let's scroll on down here and catch a few more of these. Larry says, happy for your new trailer and the videos about it. Thank you, Larry. I am super excited, feel super blessed to have that equipment trailer, the equipment that we do. I'm sure it looks like a lot here lately, y'all. We totally understand that. We're not flaunting and blowing money. We're doing all this for very specific reasons. One, the equipment and this stuff is beneficial. I'm going out helping mom and dad this week. I got some friends to help next week. We're going to be doing some cleanup, doing a lot of stuff. Plan on doing some traveling. That makes good content. It's new, fresh type of content. We keep talking about we may have a big super secret project in the works here before long that this stuff is going to be used on, especially the excavator and things like that. And you got to shake it up. We can't just make this. Love equipment, absolutely love equipment. I know y'all like watching it, so it's honestly a benefit to the channel. We have rhyme and reason for all this, and if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I always hedge my bets. Y'all know me, back up for my backup. If something were to ever happen to social media, we have now positioned ourselves, other than maybe a newer, more reliable truck. Not saying we're getting one of those right now. No. We've positioned ourselves now where if something were to happen to social media, I can go out and work for myself. Between welding and doing stuff here, between all the equipment I have, now nice trailers, with all the storm stuff we can go out and do storm cleanup. We go do property cleanup. I can go do some handyman services. I can go get licensed and insured pretty quick. So I'm just setting myself up.
Nothing is guaranteed, so you got to think about.
Nothing's guaranteed at all, and we have slowly built our arsenal of equipment and skills up that I'm never going back and work for corporate America again if I can help it. I love what we do. I want to do this forever if I can. But if it ever comes down to it that I've got to go back and get a day job off the property, you can bet it's going to be me running my equipment or building and doing things for people now that I've learned all these skills over the year of doing social media. So a lot of that's always in the back of my mind when I'm making purchases like this as well. But I appreciate y'all watching the content because that's what helps us make these purchases. All right, let's see what all else we got going on here. Yeah, Big Wave says, I've already got plenty of huge oaks for you over here in Brantford. I am not hauling firewood this year because I still have all that wood to process from the last hurricane, and I've got more down in my woods than I will ever be able to get out. The stuff's going to rot, sadly. I just can't devote the time, and I just don't have the equipment to go through that much stuff. That's just the way it is. Tiffany, do y'all drink just water?
We drink some electrolyte packs, and I drink a little bit of seltzer water that doesn't have anything else in it. That's about it.
I mainly drink just water.
Coffee, a little bit of coffee.
Yeah, I drink coffee every single day, black coffee now. You can't be adding sugar and creamers and all that stuff to it. And then I drink water all day long with occasional, if you get one with some flavor, I'll throw electrolyte pack in. But I mainly do that when I'm out here sweating and just feel run down. But we don't do teas, we don't do none of that other stuff. I'm perfectly fine with water. She's the one that gets a little picky. She got to have a little flavor in her life.
Yeah, and I've occasionally got some unsweet tea if I went out somewhere. But other than that, just water, just stuff that we have around the house, like the packs and all that.
So here somebody says nothing good comes from eating vegetables. I happen to really like vegetables actually, and I do miss some of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Anna says, I've wondered why you went on this diet. I have distrust of all fad diets. Anna, it's because we've been researching this for over a year.
Yeah.
And you know what I have a major distrust in nowadays? Medications, pills. I hate to say doctors in general. We love and appreciate our doctors. Don't get me wrong. If I'm ill or got to have a surgery or something like that, I'm going there. But for just general health, it seems like nowadays it's more about pushing medications on people than it is getting people healthy via a diet. So I am perfectly fine with the diet, and we looked in this for over a year. I've listened to doctors that do it. I've mainly watched people that are showing proof, showing actual blood work before, during, and after, make sure there's no complications or problems. I've watched some people that's been doing this for 10 years. So we slowly convinced ourselves to try it. And I think it's by far been the easiest diet I've ever went on in my life. Easiest to stick with, and it's gotten me the fastest results. And it ain't just weight, y'all. I don't care about the weight number, honestly. It's again inflammation, swollen gums. Inflammation's horrible for the body, by the way. That's a leading indicator of a lot of major problems. I've had this stuff since I was a child. That's gone away. Skin rashes since I was 13 years old. Those are quickly going away. Again, now we're starting to see, we had kind of a spike in blood pressure at first. Your body's changing. Now we're starting to see big drops in blood pressure. Great, because my blood pressure was getting to dangerous levels to the point I was going to have to get on medication. And I was, bent on I was not going to get on medication. I knew we could just make a diet change. This one has been the right one. It doesn't make sense to people, but once you start researching and realizing that meat's the most nutrients dense thing on the planet, especially beef, it's got almost all of your needs. Yeah, all your nutrients, you'll find that you're actually okay to be on it. And by all means, supplement this. You don't have to stick with this diet as strictly meat. Do 90% meat and throw some vegetables, other stuff in there. What you're trying to do on a diet like this, some of these other crazier ones, is you're trying to quickly tell yourself, get rid of all processed junk, get rid of all chemicals, and get sugars out of your life. If you'll do that, you're already ahead of the game. You're already winning. You got to get that mess out. And I think that's why I'm seeing skin rashes go away and inflammation all go away, because I've gotten literal chemicals out of my body that's now in just junk food that we're all told it's okay to eat, and it's not. It really isn't.
Yeah, we watched Dr. Chafee. He's a medical researcher, and he's done so much research behind all this, and he's looked at a lot of different studies, and he kind of proves a lot of what we were taught and told over the years might have actually been for a previous agenda for other companies. I guess we won't get too deep into that, but y'all can only imagine where it might go. But it really points out all the cited studies and everything on it, and it really starts to make sense whenever you listen to what he has to say, and he proves his point through all of it. And he's a really good one. I've seen that Texas Homestead was asking, like, which YouTube channels do we watch?
Oh yeah, Dr. Ken Berry
and Dr. Chafee.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I follow a pile of other people on Instagram that again show their results, show their blood work. I want to see the nuts and bolts. I don't want to watch somebody that's pushing a electrolyte product, and that's why they're on a fad diet. Like the majority of people I watch, they really have nothing to gain other than, I guess, maybe the views on the channel.
Yeah, and these are all doctors that have done this for years.
So, but it is what it is. I'm sure there's risk in everything, but I feel like there was far more risk, without a doubt, to continue to eat sugar, to continue
the road we were on,
crap food.
Which, I mean, we were behaving a lot better than
we
we
were,
used to.
but when you think that you are, and then you go on a diet like this, you quickly realize everything from your condiments to your seasonings to everything.
Were like the biggest thing. We had already tried to make some changes with like getting more natural ketchup and stuff like that, but the condiments, like,
Yeah.
Gotta have something to put on that hamburger.
Well,
You
when you
gotta
get
have
on this diet and start
say.
reading the ingredients of a lot of stuff you thought was
Yeah.
good for you, and you start realizing that's a chemical, that's a chemical, can't pronounce that. You're like, why was I putting that?
And we're going into our second month now, and we've discussed that we are gonna try to take it a little bit more extreme, and kind of cut out a little bit more. We were doing a little bit more dairy than we probably should have been doing, but I think it helped us. It helped us to not get bored on the diet
Yeah.
and all that. So we're gonna try to be a little bit better with that, and just try to keep going with it.
Yeah. All right, we won't make this about the carnivore.
Yeah, people.
Lord knows there's plenty of that on
Tired of
YouTube,
it.
and we're not trying to be
Yeah.
another carnivore channel here. So Bobby says, love your new trailer and the new hitch. Have you taken it out yet? Other than towing it home, it was a 7-hour round trip to go get that thing. But I will be towing it this week. Absolutely. Y'all are going to see some pretty cool content coming out. Again, we got to help mom and dad with some hurricane stuff. I've got to go do some stump grinding for a friend next week. Probably 2-3 weeks from now, I got to do some land clearing for another friend that I've been saying I'd help for a while. And then I've actually got to go travel and get some things made for some new attachments. So it's about to be getting a heck of a workout starting this week. So we'll for sure be using it. All right, y'all. I just hit my set temperature for my brisket. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to turn the smoker off.
I know, Cash, it was hard to drink unsweet tea, but I love tea so much. So I was like, well, at least I'll just try to do unsweet.
Say,
He was saying unsweet tea for the puke face. And then,
let me guess, Cash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the world's biggest fan of unsweet tea either, but for some reason, I don't mind drinking black coffee. Like, it doesn't bother me at all now. I've done gotten used to it. So Mike says, what can we blame Adam for tonight?
Yeah, what's wrong
Who
with that? He's not
knows?
here tonight?
Is he not here? He's got to
I
be here.
haven't seen him, I don't think.
So Chris says, I had a new smash burger from Sonic. So good. I had no idea Sonic was doing smash burgers now. How about that?
Okay, so people are saying our mics are not really working well.
I know you got yours way down there. All right. Can y'all hear me
both
now?
of our sounds?
Hello.
Hello.
They show they're working just fine, but I have a feeling with yours being that far down and as soft as you talk, they probably can't hear you.
Sorry.
I don't think their mics are on. Sounds different, says Cash. I don't know. Can you hear me? You're watching the most recent comments. Everybody says good.
Okay, sound is good now. Okay.
Oh. Well, when I just walked all the way over there too, though, what probably happened is your body can block the signal, and it was probably
loud and clear. Okay, we're good. We're good.
We're
good.
Let me scroll on back up because it shot me all the way to the bottom, and I know I've already missed a few things here. Oh, yeah, don't forget to give out some.
Oh, yes, beginning of the month.
Yep, we can give out some memberships tonight. Speaking of memberships, Cash, thank you so much, buddy. Gifted out 10 memberships there. That's extremely generous. We appreciate you so much there. And we need to say hello to Zoe because she's screaming
Hi,
to everybody.
Zoe.
And then let's also catch Lance. Thank you so very much. It says, when's the next solar array going up? So I'm working on that right now. I'm getting some equipment in, probably not this week, but next week. Let's just say we're about to double up the power on the barn because I've been doing more and more work out there, whether it's equipment, firewood, whatever. And I'm about to start running a lot of fans, which means I'm about to start using a lot more power. Plus running things like the bandsaw and stuff like that. I want more power. So we're going to have a pretty cool series there. Oh, yeah, I'm also running all the fuel pumps and stuff out there now. So more stuff than I realized. So we're going to double up the power. I'm going to do my first ever roof-mounted panels. I want to try that out on a barn. No big deal if I wind up with a tiny little leak out there. We're going to do similar style to what I have on the bifacial side, but obviously we're not going to do bifacial. And we're going to try out roof mounts for the first time ever. I'm going to put some cord reels out there. We're going to put 2 different types of fans. So it's going to be really cool. Something I'm really looking forward to. Because when I'm working out there and I am just blazing hot, burning up, I want a couple of stations where I can go to, at least with a smaller fan. I want a bigger fan while I'm working. And again, I want the power to be able to run all this stuff and not put a dent in my battery. Plus, we're going to have more power-hungry appliances coming out there in the future. So this is going to be pretty cool. And that's already in motion. That's going to be happening. All right, let me scroll up because I done got shot way down.
Want to go ahead and do the memberships while you're thinking about it?
Yeah, we can go ahead and gift out some memberships right here. Now, it does them, I can't actually pick who they go to. Yeah, it just does them at random. So let's go ahead and give out 5 memberships right there. So Congratulations to the people that got them. We will be probably doing in another week or so another members only live stream. That's something we've recently started. We do behind the scenes sneak peeks. So whenever I start the solar array and things like that, I'll give you some look like we do with the dog wash station. And we've got some new equipment and attachments, things like that, that we'll be giving some sneak peeks on here for a while. Plus, we've kind of started making some more and more announcements. I don't know why that happened, but the last members on the live stream, we kind of started giving more announcements, sneak peeks. We'll probably continue to do that.
We're asking for it.
Yeah, but y'all, we love and appreciate you. We're not trying to get anybody to do a paid for service here. We're always going to make our content free. We're always going to offer weekly live streams, all that good stuff. But it's just a thank you to all these people that's going above and beyond. Uh-oh, did that beep on me? We turned this thing off right here. Food is ready, it says.
Yum, yum, yum.
All right, so Anna says, thank you for the diet explanation. I was accidentally listening to an evening radio show, MD, and he was a former vegan until he realized that the vegan diet had been very bad for his health. We've seen a lot of people convert from that. Now, here's the thing, y'all. We're not doctors. Everybody's body is different. Some of y'all are going to function far better on a certain diet than another one. We're all not the same. But we have seen and watched a lot of vegans that went from veganism to carnivore, and it took care of all their autoimmune diseases and other stuff. But then we've also watched people that went vegan, that cured their problems, and they're as happy as can be on that diet. At the end of the day, find the diet that works best for you. And this has been the easiest one for me to ever in my life stick with, and I'm seeing the best autoimmune and other types of results that I never seen with other diets in the past. All right, let's try not to talk about it too much. Zoe's getting ready for school start on the 19th. They're wondering. Yeah, they're already in school here. So Zoe, at least you get you another week. That was always one of the worst feelings as a child when summer break was over and them days just start flying by. You about to go back to school. Oh goodness! But then it'll be Christmas break here before you know it. So did I contact the company Big You Know What fans? No, I have not. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, if they just want to give us one, great. But I don't reach out to companies like that, for example, because those fans are several $1,000s. And it's hard for me to show on those off here. It's hard for me to show off something that I don't think a viewer can even realistically reach or would be interested in. I mean, if they had a $500 fan that was amazing, sure. Some of y'all might be very interested in that for your shops. But $3,000 and $4,000 fans, boy, I'd love to have one. They're huge, they're powerful, they're amazing. I just don't think many of y'all can relate to it. It probably wouldn't be interesting content for y'all to watch. But I could be wrong. Y'all may. I'm probably just going to stick with powerful floor fans out there, pedestal fans, and some on-the-wall fans, because those are far more in my budget, if you know what I mean. All right, there was another one here I was going to say. So, Crystal, yes, thank you so much. So, if anybody's new here tonight, this is what we do in live streams. We chat, we hang out, say hello, introduce yourself. Everybody's nice as can be here. Ask a question. We may not be able to catch it. We cannot catch all of them, but we do try to fly through some of them. And then sometimes I'll sit and talk for 15 minutes on one particular subject.
And get way behind.
Yeah, it's what I do. So Texas Homestead says, secure that ladder then. Which one are we talking about?
Well, he's talking about when you go do the solar.
Oh, isn't that the truth? Ha.
I'll be on standby.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's see what else we still got going on there. And thank you very much. So somebody says, loving the Iron Bull trailers. Yeah, I'm actually, I was shocked, y'all. So when I went down to Trailer Country to get this trailer, first of all, I already knew Iron Bull is what I was going to get, most likely. I did look at some local built stuff, looked at a lot of different models, but I kept feeling like I was cheaping out to go with some of these other models. So when I decided Iron Bull is what I wanted, I knew I was going to Trailer Country because that's mainly what they carry for good reason. Those guys are great. And I when I got down there, I had no idea how many of y'all had contacted me, had bought trailers from them. The manager come out, shook my hand. The still same salesman that I dealt with last year was there, and they're like, "Yeah, we got calls for 6 to 8 months after your dump trailer video posted." I was like, "That is sweet." So they absolutely deserve it. Good people, prices are excellent. They post the majority price online. Call them. That's what it was about me with the last trailer. This trailer, first of all, I want the trailer that I want, and then who's got the best price? Those guys were worth it. And they got dealerships in Florida, Georgia, Tennessee. Go support it. I know a lot of y'all already are. And support Iron Bull, man. I don't know how they're building trailers. Those trailers are on par, in my opinion, just my opinion, with Diamond C and Sure Track, because I've looked at some of their builds. I know some people with them, and they're thousands of dollars less. I really don't know how they're doing it, but it's so much of a better built trailer. I won't say it's a lifetime trailer, but compared to the stuff that's coming out of these little mom and pop shops around here, there's no comparison for a tiny little bit more money. I mean, just no comparison. So whether you want or not, you're getting more trailer videos and more equipment videos. Yeah, because that's a lot of what's planned in our future. But hey, I love equipment, love working on it. So that's the kind of content I'm going to show off right there. Oh, Ashley says she's actually excited to go back to school. Oh my goodness. Boy, that was never me. Oh,
Yeah.
I dreaded going back to school. Wanted nothing to do with it. I wanted to fish, hunt, work, just whatever, ride my four-wheeler.
Well, that's good then.
Christine, thank you so much. Goodness gracious, you're always so kind and
Thank
generous.
you, Christine.
Use toward all the cleanup you have to do. Make sure you stay hydrated.
Thank you.
So much. I'll tell you what, that right there will cover 2 of our hydration electrolyte packs.
I know.
So we're going to order some more of those because I have been burning through
We're
those
actually
things.
out right now.
I know.
Hopefully our shipment comes when.
Should be maybe tomorrow. I think. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon. I think our Amazon subscribe and save shows up. So thank you so very much. I promise you, we'll put it toward hydration. Okay. Uh-oh. It shot me all the way down to the bottom. So Pam says, glad y'all are safe from the storm. We sure did miss y'all last Sunday night.
Yes,
I
missed
know.
y'all too.
I felt so bad for that. But y'all, the bad weather was starting to roll in. We already had a band come through before that. We had no idea what to expect.
We were tired from just worrying about it and, getting prepared for it.
Stressed out, all the work, sweaty, hot, power flickering, winds coming through. It wasn't a good time to do a live stream. And I know y'all understand, but we're just thankful the house once again has survived another hurricane. The shops, everything I've built recently, literally no issues. We're so happy. And we were as prepared as we could be for that one. As soon as the power went out, right in the closet, kicked on my EcoFlow stuff, right out to the shop. Actually, shop was already on solar. Didn't even have to go out there. And it blew and rained for hours and hours. We ran the AC. We made breakfast. We made coffee. We ran the microwaves. We were as comfortable as we could have ever been.
Very, very blessed.
We are absolutely blessed. It's not that I'm wanting any more hurricanes, but whenever somebody said something, I kind of agree with it. Whenever you do all that preparing and it's finally here and all you got nothing to do but just sit and ride it out, it almost kind of is a little weirdness of it. It's enjoyable because you prepared for it, you got ready, but we never want these storms. We never wish it on nobody.
No, it's inevitable.
Yeah, but when you're finally there and you did all the prep work and all, it's kind of like you ain't got nothing to do but just relax and ride this thing out. Now it's kind of a calm feeling comes over you. And when you know you got all this backup equipment and life is good, it makes it a lot more tolerable and easy than it used to. When we first married and didn't have nothing to our name and no generator or nothing, you dreaded any time a storm like this was coming.
Yeah, because I remember saying, I don't care what you got to do, you better get a generator.
That's right. Hot and sweaty days, bathing in the river, just day after day, 90 degrees outside, windows open in the house, everybody's stinking, everybody's hot. Don't flush the toilet, don't do this, that, and other. Oh, I do not miss those days. I don't miss those days at all. Oh, Cash, buddy, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Cash.
You do too much, my man. He says Duramax diesel fund better than the bear
rug.
Day
one, he's been wanting that fun to happen for you.
Well, I hate
maybe one day.
Yeah, I know. I hate to break everybody's heart. I may not get a diesel one day. I'm definitely going to get another 3/4 ton truck. I want something newer with a little more power, a better transmission. My transmission's great, but I don't like 4-speed. I want a 6 or 8 or a 10-speed transmission. Some of these newer trucks, but I may have to break your heart and go with gas because I know how to work on gas, and I don't know. We'll see how much towing I get to do. I'd love to have a diesel. Oh my goodness, because my 23-year-old poor truck is screaming at me right now when I'm towing that stuff going. Well, you've been beating me up for 23 years. What's going on?
Out.
We needed to hold out a while longer. We've made a couple big purchases here recently. Thank you so much, Cash. That was so kind. So the BAF fans, I like that. We'll say BAF are great, but there are others that do very well for their intended purpose. That's right. And we may look into some of those. So have I got any trail cam pics? Nope. Believe it or not, I don't even have a camera up yet, and I was supposed to. I should already have corn in the feeder and cameras up. Now, we see deer almost every day, but I haven't seen any bucks. We just got does and yearlings around here. But I actually do have a reminder on my phone tomorrow afternoon to go out and put up 2 cameras. So if I actually get my butt out there and do that, we should actually see what's going on this week and start getting a general idea. Because I definitely, now that we're on the carnivore diet, would like to get a few more deer in the freezer. That'd be great. Yeah. So Texas Home says, did you catch my suggestion on y'all's DIY outdoor dog wash station sink for the hose attachment? There were several people that mentioned a hose. I'm not sure that I remember your exact one. We are planning on putting a hose in. once I get some more plumbing fixtures and stuff. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I can't remember if there was something specific
Yeah, I'm
you
trying to
said.
recall too.
Well, she reads all the comments as well. Can't remember offhand. You can say it again, and hopefully we'll catch it. But we are going to put a hose out there for washing the dogs. Oh man, where'd that go? Okay, I'm reading. Wade says, "Oh, here we go with the Ford versus Chevy. Duramax, no power stroke all day." Wade, I got bad news for you. My GM products have treated me so well my entire life. I mean, I got a 23-year-old and 21-year-old truck that I still just drive everywhere. They've been such great equipment. I'm sticking with GM, man. I'm absolutely sticking with them. Mark says, when are we having the annual cleanup weekend down there? Get everyone together. Well, if we keep having hurricanes, we might. Yeah, at the end of hurricane season, because we still got a few months left, and we just don't have a clue what else is coming this way. So I used a blower mower out of a 5-ton HVAC in the shop. Worked great, moved a ton of air. I'll tell you what, I regret. I had a friend give me a gigantic attic fan, and that's what I ran. It was rickety, just old, but huge, 3 feet across at least. And I ran that attic fan in the house in a wood frame while I built the house, and it moved an insane amount of air, and it wasn't loud at all. And I gave it to the guy that did our tile, which I guess I don't regret giving it. He needed it.
Yeah.
But that I almost wish I still had it, because I could not believe how much air it moved and how quiet it was.
Yeah,
I may look into another attic fan and maybe build another frame like that, because that thing was perfect, absolutely perfect. It was so powerful. So Kurt says, good evening from Louisiana, just coming on. Like the new trailer. Boy, I love that trailer. Love it, Kurt. Love it. What's Tiffany cooking tonight? I'm cooking tonight. Although I'm not going to give y'all much of a hibachi show tonight. I've got a brisket that's been on for almost 11 hours. I just went over there and turned it off. I'm just going to let it rest another hour or so and cut into it later. Since we're on the carnivore diet now, live stream aren't as fun. We can't do all the fun cooking. It's pretty boring.
We will cook, on the live stream still,
but it's more boring than it used to be. Now we're just eating a lot of meat.
Every now and then I got to take advantage of whenever he has time to like smoke some meat or grill. So.
And brisket's been just a savior whenever it comes to the carnivore diet. She just picks up another gigantic brisket, $4 a pound. You get all that delicious tasting meat. Plus, we cut all the fat off of it today. We got it rendered down in the crock pot, so we're going to make our tallow. Tallow's pretty expensive to buy. So for $4 a pound, you get tons of meat and you get some affordable tallow, it is affordable tallow on the side. So this is something we definitely try to do once to twice a month now. Plus, who the heck doesn't like brisket? Oh, it is so good. I don't know if that question was to us, Patrick. You annoyed each other? Do we know each other?
I guess he was probably saying that during the hurricane.
No, hurricane was great. But I mean, yeah,
we just do our own thing. Like
we know each other from time to time. I mean, we're married. We've been together how long? 20 years?
Yes, 20 years.
Yeah, you're bound to know each other. It's going to happen. So did you help your father when his power went out? Dad finally got smart. And last year got him a big generator. Yeah, I know he watches this. He finally got smart. Then he bought him another generator last year, a backup. So I went over and showed Dad how to wire in and basically backfeed the correct way to his house. Dad's been good. He doesn't need me to go over there, which is great because we got so many trees in Florida. After these last 2 storms, you can't travel for a couple of days anyways, and they live an hour from me. So he goes out there, rolls his first generator over there, fires it up, takes off in the house. Now, they got a big house with big AC, so it doesn't run their AC, but it runs everything else. Freezers, refrigerators, fans, lights, TV, everything but the AC. Well pump, get showers, all that good stuff. And then he'll run that about 8 hours, shut it down, and then he can wheel his other generator over there while the other one's cooling off, or he's changing oil or doing something like that. So he's got that figured out. He did not need my help with the power. That's good. I'm glad he's got that stuff figured out. Let me go ahead and give a few more memberships away. I need to do that. Should have did it last week, but we wasn't on, huh? All right, so we just randomly gifted out another 5 memberships. Enjoy it. You'll have it for a month, and we'll throw some sneak peeks and other stuff on there. So Pam says, currently having another round of thunderstorms in Vero Beach. Rain's coming down in sheets, same as last night. I tell you what, y'all, we decided to go on the river yesterday, and we got run off by a nasty set of thunderstorms. Run us all the way to the house, raining, popping, lightning. As soon as we get to the house, I mean, it's just a wall flying toward us. It just comes to the house and goes, boop, Just goes around us. Did it again today too.
No, it looked like it was going to be a nasty one today.
I know Half Pint, you're up in Tallahassee. That stuff looked nasty on the radar
Yeah,
today.
he probably
It
got
was
it.
flying toward us and then just split, goes around us again. We're kind of almost back at the point. I need some more rain. We haven't had any since the hurricane. That's been going on. That's a week
Yeah, I had to
now.
water everything today.
Yeah, and it's been hot, y'all. We had a 115-degree heat warning here on Thursday, and the humidity was 94%, and that was with no rain. That was just outside. I was checking everything. Most miserable day I felt in forever. We went to bed that night, and the heat index was still showing 101 at 9 o'clock at night. It was in the mid to high 80s at like 9, 10 p.m. One of the hottest nights I've ever felt. So, y'all, I am so ready for winter. I cannot wait for winter. I'm so over summer. I'm over boating. I'm over swimming. I'm over the pool. I want some firewood in my life, some fire. I want to split some firewood. I want some cold weather so bad I can't stand it. Takes home says the DEF fluid stuff is a hassle. You're correct. And so is all the sensors and other junk on all these new diesels. That's kind of another reason I would like to avoid one. Caleb says, sorry I'm late. Don't you let it happen again, Caleb. We're just hanging out, chit-chatting while we're letting a brisket finish cooking over there. So Kirby says, glad to see the hurricane damage confined to the woods. Us as well. As much as it breaks my heart, all of our trails are completely blocked. Again, we just had everything cleaned up. Breaks my heart seeing my woods destroyed back to back like this. But I would much rather see the trees go down than the house damaged, with as much blood, sweat, and tears as we put into this, and seeing other stuff damaged on our property, or one of the animals hurt, or us hurt. I mean, the trees are just trees at the end of the day. We'll clean it up again, and we'll deal with it. We'll salvage what we can. But you're exactly right. Very happy that that's all the damage that we had, because there's plenty of other people that had roofs lifted off the houses, and people got hurt and lost possessions and things like that. So we got so fortunate again, y'all. Literally, this did just what the last hurricane did. Come right up to us, path supposed to come over us, and then jugs in the coast just south of us. And it just, all we do is catch the west side of the eye wall, which is the side you want to catch anyways, because all the tornadoes and thunderstorms, heavy rains are over there on the east side. So we got so lucky, other than just some wind damage. So Kim says your big oak in the background looks like the storms have thinned it out.
Yeah.
Kim, it's looking pretty rough.
I'm just glad it's still standing.
I know.
I don't know how many more beatings it could take.
Between the hurricane last year and then the rounds of tornadoes and high winds 3 months ago, whenever it was. Now hurricane again, it's lost so much leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, there were hundreds upon hundreds of leaves in the pool that she had to go dig out, all in the yard. The poor tree just doesn't look at all like it did long ago. And I don't know how much more it can take a beating like this. It's an old tree. It's done had so many snap limbs. I'm afraid it's going to start showing that for long. I hope it doesn't die on us. She was standing here the whole time that the eye wall was hitting us, and we were getting the big gust and
it was just hitting that tree head on.
Yeah, she just kept, oh, poor tree. Oh, please don't, tree.
Yeah.
Hang in there, tree. That's all she was doing, standing at the windows. And then you'd hear,
please make it through, tree.
Yeah, you'd hear the house kind of shift and things crack and pop. I will say, although we caught the worst wind possible for this roof right here, a due north wind coming back with the way the eye wall hit us, so it hits this wall and tries to lift the roof. That's all I was concerned about. Inside, I just kept watching this roof. I'd never seen it budge, so that made me feel so much better. Now, that was only 60-plus mile-an-hour winds. When you get 100, 150 mile-an-hour winds, maybe a whole different story. I pray we never experience those. But it's the state we live in. We choose to live here. It's the risk we take. Cash, bow tie till I die. I agree with you, buddy. He says, I do have a 01 Ram, though. Ram, oh, my goodness. I'll go with
he has something else to pick on you about.
I'll go with a Ford before I go with a Ram, buddy. So Tex Home says, check Google for a faucet hose attachment. Oh, I understand what you're saying. I have one of those in the shop. However, I don't remember if that one has a thread-on portion or not for it.
That's what I was asking you.
Yeah.
If we could do the same thing as shop.
Well, here's the reason I don't necessarily want that. I want the kitchen lady spray one because when we clean big pots and pans out there, or you want to blast some ketchup, we can get ketchup. Some barbecue sauce, forbidden barbecue sauce off something.
Oh, we're going to be eating barbecue sauce?
We're going to find some healthier stuff. Not that.
That's where my mind went.
Not 12 ounces of sugar in their stuff. Oh, man, I miss barbecue sauce so bad. Anyways, I kind of want to keep my spray one. That's why I think I'm going to do a faucet on the side to wash up under dogs on low pressure and spray one for pots, pans, busting ketchup, stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Off the
need something to
pots.
spray off the countertop and everything.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna keep it that way. But I know
And
exactly
to
what's coming.
disinfect the sink and the countertop.
Well, wait a minute. What he's talking about is he ain't even talking about us messing with the spray one. He's talking about the regular faucet head that comes over. You can get a screw on there. Yeah. I mean, that's an option.
Yeah.
But I kind of think I want to leave that like it is. That way I can use my faucet with my hands. I don't have to take a hose off. I think it's easy, quick, and will be proper to put another faucet in over there. So I appreciate the suggestion, but I think we're going to leave it kind of like it is and add it. All right, let's see here. Please consider using the Amazon link below and ordering from them. Thank you so much, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal.
We truly appreciate it. Doesn't cost you. She's exactly right. Doesn't cost you anymore. It does give us a bonus. That's a huge part of our income every month. We don't bring it up unless usually Crystal does. But thank you to everybody that's been using our Amazon link. We may potentially qualify for a bonus this month. Not sure. Definitely one of our lower months in a long time, but that's okay. The last few months have been amazing. God blessed us so much with that, and we appreciate everybody that uses it. I mean, we're on track. We could potentially hit one this month. And like I always tell you, we use that literally to buy our diesel and our fuel. It literally covers that whenever we qualify for those bonuses. So you're talking something pretty significant here. So, and speaking,
Cash is killing me.
Oh, was he talking about some good food?
Yes.
All right. What's he talking about? I'm sure.
Barbecue tots.
Oh, barbecue. Oh, yeah. We haven't had those in forever. And we talked cash about those. Yeah. So the storm was a buster. There was lightning everywhere today. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So Wade wants to know, how do you season your brisket for smoking? Well, Wade, I've kind of had which I know, brisket, I've always did salt and coarse pepper. That's perfectly allowed on the carnivore diet too. So really coarse pepper, that's what brisket's supposed to have. Smoke it with a heavier smoke like oak. Perfect for that. That's really all you need. You can put a little roasted garlic or some ground garlic, something like that on there. No problem with that. What's really a bummer with this diet, I smoked some ribs the other day, and I had no idea how much rub. I mean, I knew it's what helps your ribs, but I had no idea the difference it makes in flavor. When I ate those ribs, I was so let down. I was so disappointed.
I will have to say, the rub that we used to use was very delicious, and it's kind of hard now to eat them any differently.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you ever look at barbecue rub, it is like 50% brown sugar. Well, we can't have sugar on this diet right now, and I will not be smoking any more ribs while we're on this diet. So when we do eventually cheat for some minor sugar, it's going to be stuff like barbecue rub, because I've got to get that flavor back. Now with brisket, that's why it works so well for carnivore. Salt and pepper is all brisket needs. It's got that beautiful fat in there that tastes so good. No issues with that. Kind of the same way with steak. Salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic, whatever. Just wonderful. Ribs, boring. I was so disappointed in my ribs. Let's see what else we got going on here. So, believe it or not, Brantford Highway is closed toward Lake City due to flooding. Really?
I've been watching all the updates on it, and people are still saying they're having a hard time finding, a lot of roads that aren't flooded around there.
Well, I know Live Oak is, and then if you look down south too, everybody, the hurricane hit up here, but don't forget Florida just got wiped by it for hours and days, really. The Sarasota, y'all seen the pictures on TV? Sarasota's underwater, man. I mean, it looks bad down there.
And there's a lot Live Oak still.
Yeah, and I drove down to near Tampa to pick up my trailer a few days ago, and the roads were okay, but every creek and river I went over was foaming, white water, and there was some water moving down there. They got a lot of rain. So I've got this question a lot today. Y'all seen a little sneak peek of the stump grinder in today's video when I was driving it off and on the trailer. Are we going to get a video of the new stump grinder? I do believe you are. Now, let me be upfront and honest with you. I'm demoing that because Brahmalai asked me, would you like to demo it? They're looking for feedback. It's one of their brand new models. It's not even listed on their website yet, so it's still kind of in demo and feedback stage. I don't really have a clue how close they are to posting it or for sale. So as long as they give me approval to post the video, I did record one, but I don't really know how it works when you've got something kind of under wraps like that. They may not want me showing it in use until everything's critiqued, and it may be there right now. It looks like a complete ready to sell unit to me. So as long as they give me the thumbs up, I asked for approval today. They'll probably email me tomorrow. I've already got a video ready. If they say, yeah, I'll post it Tuesday. We'll be good to go. I'm actually shocked. That's the smallest stump grinder I've ever seen. It's made for 20. Actually, I think it's made for 18 to 30 horse tractors. I'm running on 25. Who would have thought you can run a stump grinder on a 25 horse tractor? Now, all the stumps I've been grinding this far, smaller, 1 foot diameter pine stumps. I did find an old oak stump today, so did surprisingly well on that. I thought oak was going to give it a fit. And I'm heading over to a buddy's house in about 2 weeks to do, he's got 20 oak stumps. Now, some are rotten, some have been there forever. Problem is, he keeps catching his mower deck on there and tearing his mower deck up. So we're just going to go smooth off everything to the ground, but it'll be a heck of a test for that thing. All hardwood stumps. So I'll get y'all content out as quick as I can. I love when companies are like this, want to send stuff out. This is what EcoFlow also does with us, by the way. That's why I like working with them. They'll send stuff out months before it's released to the public. Hey, we want some actual use, some actual feedback. They'll accept the feedback. They'll incorporate it into the designs. I love that. I love being on the front line stuff, and I like when I can share it with y'all as well. That's better than just dumping something new out there and then getting your feedback and going, uh-oh, maybe we shouldn't release it. I really like when companies allow people to test some stuff like this. So Chris says things around here are starting to turn brown. Haven't had much rain. I thought you said they were burning down. You had me scared there. Been in the upper 70s, so not crying. Oh, you got me with the upper 70s. That sounds so nice, Crystal. Oh, come on, winter. So do I still have plans for the solar array on the house as well? Absolutely. Getting these hurricanes make me really want to get gear, but that's going to be a big, big project. That's going to be about 3 weeks out. I've got some other commitments. My next 4,000 watt array out there. Keep mine. That'd be so nice. Don't unplug nothing. Don't do anything. Just run the house on the EcoFlow stuff. That's how the stuff really is intended to be used. Well, it's intended to be used as battery backup. But how I intend for it to be used is plug it in, set it and forget it, as the old commercial used to say. I'm looking forward to being able to do that. Let's see what else we got going on here. Are you ready for another hurricane? I don't want one, but we're absolutely ready. Lord knows we've had enough practice over the last few months. Back-to-back hurricanes right here. Yeah, we're ready. We got fuel. Thank goodness my fuel transport company, I called them that Monday. They had me filled up for the end of the week. They've been super reliable.
We're used to every year. Yeah. So we just pray that we don't get major damages or get hit by a bad one. So.
Yeah. And I found out, my generator wouldn't work. Used my spare carb, then ordered me another spare carb. So overall, we're as prepared as can be, other than I want a bigger solar array. That's the only other thing that I really do need. So Jacob said Hurricane Debbie flooded their area and washed out the roads. Hey, here, and y'all could be, I don't remember where y'all are at, but y'all could be all the way up to New England to South Florida. That storm dumped in a crazy amount of rainwater on everybody. See what else we got here. Pam says our properties were close. It's close to Brantford too. Everybody moving to Brantford now? And I heard there is another cold front coming down. I seen that today. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make it to us, but y'all up north, I think y'all can get a little Arctic blast. Must be so nice. So did we have to get into the storm shelter with the last storm? We did not.
No, and I actually need to go get everything out of there.
Oh yeah.
I keep forgetting about that. Stocked it up.
Yeah, we did. We had it prepped, ready, cleaned out, everything charged up. Got another EcoFlow out there. I mean, we're as ready as can be. But we kept watching the storm. We thought for sure it was going to go to a Cat 2 because the Gulf is so hot, but it just stayed whipping Florida enough it couldn't strengthen. And a Cat 1, we're going to ride out in the house every time. When it starts getting to Cat 2s or strong Cat 2s or more, we're going to ease on out the storm shelter, spend a few hours out there until it passes. So we were good to go, but we were absolutely ready to run out there if we needed to. You know how it goes. Once you build a storm shelter, you're probably never using them. Well, I lied. We went out there for a few tornadoes.
Don't be saying that.
Yeah, I know. Let me shut my mouth.
Yes.
All right. So I lost the comment, but somebody was asking about fertilizing the big tree out there. That is something I have thought about. I did it in the past once. Go out there and put a bunch of fertilizer underneath the tree. So that is something I could do and probably should. All right. Brian says, I'm relatively new to the channel. Was wondering if you guys could throw some good vibes my way without going into too much detail. I was a victim of a business deal gone wrong.
Oh,
well, we are all about keeping people in thoughts and prayers around here, whatever you believe in. So good vibes are sent your way. I hate that. Just don't let, in the moment, it's easy for an outsider looking in and say, don't let it turn you bitter. Don't let it change you, because you know, in a few years or a few months, we've all been through and experienced stuff in life that just you call it a bad deal. Why did it happen to me? You know, it just sucks. But you know, if you give it a little time, I say time heals all wounds. You're going to get past this. Things are going to be better. Let it make you a better person. Let it absolutely do that. I've always accepted failures and problems like that in the moment. Yeah, I hate it. But if you'll look back and there's teaching in it, maybe now you'll find something to not do the next time, or maybe the next business deal is going to be so much better for you, more profitable, just what you've been looking for in life. So don't let it turn you bitter. Let it, I know it sucks. Just let it motivate you. Yeah,
Yes.
let it absolutely motivate you to not let it happen again and have a better business deal next time. So does EcoWorthy do the same with you to try some of their new solar equipment? Asked Stephen. They have in the past. They gave me 2 panels to try. I bought some other panels myself, but it's funny you mentioned that because EcoWorthy, I reached out to them and told them would they like to still keep doing the stuff on the barn out there. They're going to work with me a lot better this time. I'm going to run some of their non-bifacial panels. I'm curious about that. And EcoWorthy makes a lot of really cool solar tracking mounts, roof mounts. They make a lot of mounts, which is very important in solar. I will test some of that out as well. Now, EcoFlow, on the other hand, that's who I exclusively work with for all my power stations, and I choose to exclusively work with them, by the way. I could work with any company I want. I just not trying to have that much stuff on the channel, if you know what I mean. They do send stuff out months ahead of time. Try it. Give us feedback. I can't tell you how many times I have tried beta versions of stuff, found problems, found issues that they hadn't because they're not doing real world testing, and I'll get some feedback, and they've made a pile of firmware updates and software updates based off of little old me suggestions. And you've gotten some stuff on your apps now and some updates in your equipment just because of things I've found. And then there's plenty of other content creators they send stuff to, much bigger channels than me that know far more than me, that does the same thing, gives feedback. And by the time you get a unit that's ready to launch, it's typically tested very well by a bunch of people that you already watch. And there's already a lot of feedback. And there's already been probably 5 firmware and software updates as well. I love being on the front end of stuff like that. It's really cool. It makes me feel better that y'all are sometimes getting better.
It says a lot about a company to do that too.
I like that because most companies want to build something, launch. We've got investors, we got to make money, and then they launch something that's crap that wasn't ready, and then everybody's really upset. So they're companies that take the time to actually go vet stuff and test stuff. Those are really good companies. I like working with those companies. Bible Light's the same way. I like seeing somebody test and track their equipment before just launching it to the public, because last thing you want is put a few $1,000s in what you think is quality piece of equipment for something to break, and it could have been tested and found out pretty quick and easy. They say we're buffering.
Yeah,
buffering.
I guess it was just for a minute.
Yeah.
I watched it. We're fine.
All right. So Brian says, I've watched a ton of your videos already and really enjoy the way you handle things with your viewers. All right, buddy. Well, we hope you get through it and do okay. So Larry, yes, I've been needing to give you an update. I did reach out to EcoFlow. I've had a bunch of y'all ask about the new generators. So the 4,000 generator is apparently out of stock until September. Sounds like I can get my hands on one. But let's just say maybe I'm going to get my hands on some other stuff you might be interested in. I can't say any more than that. So I'm working on that for you and everybody else that's asked about the smart generators. I am not anti-generator, y'all. Just because we do solar, we're doing solar because y'all want to see it. I've always been a generator guy, but now I see the value in solar. We got
converted you.
Yeah, we've got thousands of dollars of our own money in solar. I added it up the other day, and I kind of a shocked how much we have into solar ourselves. Thank God.
How much more we're going to spend.
Yeah, I know. Thank God we have good sponsors because it's for sure helped out. But I'm a big generator guy all day long. Y'all know me. Backups for my backups. Get you something. I don't care if it's a $200 generator or a $20,000 solar system. You find out what fits you best and what you want to do, but at least save you food, run your medical equipment, all that good stuff. We're big believers in it now, as much as we lose power, it seems like. But smart generators, I've been highly curious about them. For those of y'all who don't know about them, with these solar equipment they run, they literally plug in and communicate. They'll fire themselves up. They'll charge the system. I had no idea EcoFlow's smart generator out there you're talking about, it even can connect to the smart tablet I have, know the weather, and when the storm's getting close, if your battery bank's down, it gets a weather alert. It'll go ahead and fire up, charge your system because it thinks, hey, hurricane's getting close and we could lose power. The blizzard's getting close. How smart is that? This stuff is It's insane. Blows my mind that it just sits there and thinks for you. So I am pretty curious about that. I've always enjoyed stuff like that. Okay, let's grab a couple more questions, y'all, and then it's like I've been yakking an hour. We are going to wrap this thing up, go eat some brisket, take Ruger for another ride. Have you ever thought about making coasters out of wood? Rusty, I have. My mom's asked me about that a while back, and I've had a few other people bring it up. Knickknacks like that, I'm really passionate about. I want to get in woodworking, but I just can't make time for little things like that right now. I'm spread too thin as it is. We got such big projects coming up, and then I love doing small stuff like my firewood, specialty woods, and things like that. I can't really get into too many of the projects that are always floating through my head. I would love to do that. I really, really would, but can't right now. When are we launching the man candles to the public? Asked Chris. Well, yeah, the man candles have kind of been on the
back burner.
Those have been on the back burner, and I really wanted to get those figured out. So what everybody is new and wondering what the heck he's talking about.
Man candles.
I tried to make some man candles a couple of years ago. I love the smell of what's called fat lighter knotwood down here. It comes out of our big dead pines. It's just got the most woodsy man smell on the planet. And I
Smells like pine sol to me.
It kind of does smell like pine sol, but it's better.
I could just put some pine sol in.
No, that is not the same. That is not the same. So I've been trying to figure out how to infuse that in wax and have a candle you can burn and get that smell, because man, that's what I want to smell walking to a house, especially in the wintertime. That stuff is awesome. I need to figure out how to get that in some deodorant. That would be awesome. Rub some of that on you, and you'd have to,
oh my God,
you'd have to beat the ladies off with a stick, if you know what I mean.
oh,
Oh goodness. So Steven says, I'm installing the eco-worthy solar tracker into 3 Delta Pro systems. I've been very curious about it. If I'm honest with you, Steven, they asked me a while back to test the tracker and make a video on it. I've just been so busy. I haven't taken them up on it. I really do want to do the tracker. The only thing I'm very nervous about with the tracker is I don't think it's wind rated high enough for my area. I constantly get 60-mile-an-hour thunderstorms and this other stuff that's going to get caught off guard. Now, if a hurricane's coming, well, you got plenty of time. You go out there and you just take your panels off the tracker. But I have been a little concerned about that. I guess we should just get one, test it, and if it snaps over, we know, and I can let y'all know that. And if it survives a heck of a thunderstorm, we'll let you know that as well. Might as well test some stuff like that. They've reached out to me about it, so eventually I will take them up on it. But right now, I'm trying not to flood y'all with too much of the same type of content or too much sponsored type of content. We're kind of focused on equipment stuff right now because I'm in love with some equipment right now. Mikey, thank you so very much. He says gloves for the snake grabber. Oh crap!
I know, we forgot.
I forgot to get the snake grabber out.
I made it. I was like, take it to the shop.
Well, we had a hurricane. I had it up here,
yeah,
and we didn't get to do the live stream last week.
We like to keep everything out here so that we can show it on the live.
That's
stream,
right. So I totally forgot, y'all. Mikey sent me in like a heavy-duty snake grabber because this has been the year of hurricanes and snakes. So he sent me a real deal snake grabber. So apparently that means I'm going to have more snakes. Mikey, I'm really not looking forward to trying it out. But thank you so much for sending it. It's definitely a heavy duty one. What's the most challenging thing about homesteading? It isn't for me because I've always been an extremely driven individual. But for a lot of people, my gut feeling would be it's staying motivated. There's so much work to do here, and if you don't stay on top of it, you can get behind in a heartbeat. I mean, absolute heartbeat. And when you've got even more bigger gardens than us, more animals than us, and other responsibilities, it's a full-time job, even when you have a full-time job. So probably one of the biggest things for people is going to be staying motivated. If you're not a type of individual that motivates yourself, that can be your own boss, it's a tough thing. Next thing you know, everything's growing up. The animals aren't healthy. Stuff's not looking good. That's probably going to be one of the bigger challenges, without a doubt. Mikey, again, thank you so much. He said it's a belly flop fun. He's outside. Yeah. I knew that was going to come up, but I am not prepared. I got my nice belt on.
I was going to get in the pool earlier, and then
I was.
The storm out of nowhere.
So we'll try to catch that next weekend, Mikey. I promise. I'll try to remember to put my swimming trunks on. So, Mark, I got to let you down as we wrap this thing up. It says, before you're done, can you take the camera over to the brisket so we can see it? I can't because this camera is a DSLR camera, and it's plugged into the computer. It's plugged into the outlet, and the brisket's all the way over there. I kind of want to let it rest for about another hour, to be honest with you, because I really like to let my brisket rest, so I can't snatch it out, unwrap it, bring it over here. I will snap a picture. So, Mark, if you follow us on mobile, a tablet or phone, we post our community tab all the time, y'all. So go find it. Sadly, I don't think it's available for TV viewers. But if you're not subscribed to us with notifications turned on, you probably don't get our community tabs, and we post multiple times a week on that. I'll try to snap a picture of this brisket because it's a huge, juicy looking one, and we'll at least put it on there.
And you did a video recently too.
Yeah, on the hot and
so
fast
give us
brisket.
that, yeah.
Yep, I've gotten that down now where I can cook a brisket in a day and not have to do the overnight thing, and it's so much more enjoyable. Although this one stalled so bad on me today, it stalled for almost 3 hours. It's taken a lot longer to cook this one than it did the last one. But I still got it done in a day. We're going to eat it now. So, it was quite a bit bigger. All right, y'all. We are going to wrap this thing up. We've been yakking for an hour exactly. Thank y'all so much for spending your Sunday afternoons with us. We appreciate you so much. Thank y'all for watching the content and doing all these other things that support us. We do not take it for granted. We feel blessed to be able to do this for a living. It's absolutely amazing. It's because of y'all. Don't forget, y'all, we've got people in here hurting tonight. Things done wrong. We've got people that's having, scary times right now, cancer scares and everything else. We have people that are sick, that are not healthy right now. If you can reach out to them, a lot of you are already doing that. That's awesome. Unspoken requests, we have those as well. If you're into that type of thing and you believe in giving people thoughts and prayers, whatever it is, we don't force nothing upon nobody. But thank y'all for doing that. Thank y'all for being a part of our little community here and our family. Good night. God bless. We'll catch you this week. We got a lot of varied and mixed type of content coming. Y'all take care. We'll see you
y'all next weekend.
All right.